Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna get my heating pad and not be cold. Let me see. Oh, is that in there? I think it is. Okay. Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Nothing. It's good. Oh, it's fun. I'm gonna scoot this stuff back so I can be nearer to you. Yeah. Okay, that's good because I have to be witness.
And whatever
stories.
pillows you don't want, I'll take.
Okay, so I'm gonna be on this side and you can have pillows on that side. Oh man, this doesn't reach.
Do you need to plug it in over here?
Yeah. Oh, just do that.
Can you reach this one? Because I don't think my arm will go.
No, it's fine. The other side is fine. Right here. Awesome. Oh. Wait. Oh. It's probably not on anymore. The camera is. So let's see. Yeah, alright. I have this. I have that. Do you want to get pillows?
Yeah.
I can't reach that. Okay, so you can do whatever you want with the pillows. I'm going to do whatever over here.
Okay.
Okay,
Here's your blanket.
thank you. My beautiful blanket. With a perfect, wonderful cartoon character on it. So this is the story of You've Never Been Drunk.
Yes. And I'm told that this will get me drunk.
It is?
That's what I'm told.
It is moonshine, right?
Maybe. There's some kind of alcoholic substance in this thing.
Okay.
And I'm told that it will get me drunk. I'm also told that it doesn't taste bad.
Okay. Well, it'll probably still taste bad if it's got alcohol.
I know.
But so
I was told it tastes like lemonade, so.
it does have a lemon in it.
Yes, and lemon has been in there for like a month now.
At least, because you brought it to my birthday.
Yeah.
And my birthday was almost 2 months ago now.
Yeah, and the lemon still looks fresh.
Yeah, so that's good. It probably won't kill you.
No.
But so you've had alcohol other times and all it did was taste bad, but you did not feel different.
Never. No matter how much I drank.
Okay.
One of the most significant times I drank a fifth of corn vodka when I was like 12.
Okay.
Because the adults thought it was funny, and they
Of
were
course
like,
they did.
oh.
Asshole.
And they thought, oh, yeah, you're going to get messed up. And I drank it, and it didn't feel anything.
And it provided no entertainment for them.
No. Well, they thought it was hilarious that I drank it like that fast.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I don't even understand the whole thing about people saying you have to drink alcohol slow
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it burns a little, but, you know, like when I was at Dave & Buster's, the 2 drinks I had, I basically just tossed, like, I tasted it, it tasted awful.
Mm-hmm. I know,
Yeah.
you sent me the pictures of you going,
And then I just tossed it back after.
like it's medicine.
Exactly.
It looks like lemonade.
It does look like lemonade.
You got this from somebody at work?
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it from somebody.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to implicate them.
Oh,
It looks
okay.
like antifreeze now to me.
Let me smell it. Can I smell it?
Yeah, I can definitely smell it. And it doesn't smell like it's going to taste like lemonade.
No, it smells like medicine plus lemonade.
Yes.
See, this is a couple of people who don't drink trying to be like, I'm gonna put this in myself, I guess.
See, I don't know what that smell is. It smells like alcohol.
It smells like medicinal alcohol that you rub on yourself when you're cleaning. Ugh. I hope it doesn't make me feel.
What did you say? Okay, it touched my lip just now, so I can taste a little. It tasted lemony, but it tastes like lemony alcohol.
Okay. You gonna be able to drink it?
It tastes like whiskey.
I don't think I've ever had whiskey.
It
Alright.
tastes like this.
I don't wanna.
And that's what the smell is too. It smells like whiskey. Like
Alright.
my grandfather drank old granddad whiskey, which was like
Duh.
really tough. And they also, okay, the person that gave me this told me that you wouldn't feel it burning going down. It would just be like lemonade, and I can definitely feel it burning.
Lies.
And it definitely tastes like alcohol.
So
like I said,
it's
it tastes
probably
like
also
whiskey.
not gonna get you drunk.
I don't know. I
But
mean,
we don't know what that's.
it's
gonna
supposed to be
like.
a lot of alcohol content.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that would do something. If anything can do anything.
So this is my first class, and
Okay.
I don't know how
There's
much
probably
was
like
that.
at least 2 more. But so what I heard when I took a nutrition class in college was women usually women usually, like, if you're a cis lady who has, I guess, typical biology, you would not have certain enzymes that help you process alcohol, whereas cis dudes will have these, things that make it easier to process alcohol. And then also, of course, there's the question of whether you've built up a tolerance and what your body size is. So of course, me, I don't drink, and there's not much of me. So I have had alcohol before, but I don't like drinking because I feel gross like right away. And I don't really mind the taste of it. Like, I don't think it's yucky most of the time. Well, at least most of the stuff that I've liked, it's all been like sweet wine. Like I told you.
Like, I don't taste any sugar
Right.
at all. I mean, it's like, I know what lemon water tastes like, and it's not that awful. I mean, as a measuring it against lemonade, but at the same time, it's like I said, it tastes like whiskey.
Not a beverage of choice then.
Whiskey is pretty alcoholic. It's very of the different types of alcohol I've had, whiskey is like one of the worst.
Most grossest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bitterness, I can taste the bitterness in my throat.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not going away. You know how you can drink something and then the flavor will slowly disappear? It's not going away at all. And I can feel burning like right here.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, mostly for me, I just like have drank stuff, a glass of wine or something, and then I just went to sleep. And, I'm sure that I sent you the pictures and stuff from when I was like 15. Same kind of thing where adults think it's funny to get young people drunk. And I drank too much wine at a family ritual, and I passed out on the couch, and, my parents took pictures.
Do these bumps work like a coaster?
I don't really know what the bumps are.
I was thinking that maybe it
They're just cool.
kind of protects, but
Yeah. So, yeah,
it was, the last couple sips were much nastier than the whole rest of it. So
really?
maybe something sank to the bottom or something like that.
So you took your first glass of medicine.
Yeah. It's really terrible. I'm not sure I can smell anything.
Do you feel gross when you drink it, or is it just taste bad? Ugh.
It just tastes bad.
Okay, so
And
you're
it-
not
and it
feeling like woozy or like you're gonna throw up or anything.
No, see, that's what I
Okay.
was thinking, that I
That's
would
good.
taste, I would feel
Okay.
some kind of something, but I don't, that could have been a glass of water,
Yeah.
hot water.
Well, there's a little bit more, but well, a lot more, but that it's going to have the effect that it was advertised to have.
I know. I mean, I was told that this much would definitely have an effect.
Guess we'll see. I mean, you don't have alcohol tolerance because you don't drink. I don't know. But, you know, if you get drunk and I go out and buy some Manischewitz because I drink Jewish wine,
Mm-hmm.
like, we could go buy an insurance plan and be grown-ups.
Yeah. I was planning on maybe looking at doing my taxes while I was here.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done my taxes yet.
See, you put it off too? I keep thinking, I should have done it by now.
Yeah, I usually used to, but
I definitely will get it done this weekend though. I'm pretty sure I
I
can.
was thinking about doing it this weekend too.
I have my W-2 and some medical thing that they gave me in my book bag.
I got complicated ones this year because this is first month of 2017. I worked for a different company, and then I took a bunch of they paid me out a whole bunch of money from my sick days and stuff, or not sick days, my paid time off. They paid me a bunch of money, and I pretended to be a grown up and got an IRA and everything for it. So there's money, or there's forms for that, and last year was the first time I had to pay taxes on my book income because it was enough money that they wanted to collect taxes on it. And I think if it's below a certain amount, they won't issue, like my publisher didn't send me a form for it. Adulting is annoying.
I ate one of your Swedish fish.
Don't eat anymore. They're for something.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, but I don't need 10 of them. I just got 10 of them because they were there. But I need to
Oh, I
have some.
thought you had a bag of them.
No, I bought them individually for 10 cents at Five Below. But that's okay that you ate one.
I'm surprised. I want to eat one if there's only 10 of them. Like, I wanted one of your yogurt bar things, but I think
What
you
is
only
that?
have one.
Yogurt bar. What's that?
Yogurt, it's a popsicle made out of yogurt.
I still have some of those.
One, I think.
Oh.
The box felt like it had one in it. And I was like, oh, I can't eat the last one.
I forgot that I had them.
But I
Yogurt
went-
bar.
I went to get some ice. I was trying to
Sorry.
make as little noise as possible.
Yeah.
I should have went in your garage.
Oh.
Huh.
That would have been good.
Yeah,
Probably.
because I dropped the ice down
Oh.
and it only broke off a little bit.
Oh, that's what that was.
And then but it made a much louder sound than I thought it was going to make. And I was like, oh, I just have to live with this little bit of ice then.
Oh.
But then it just occurred to me I could have went in your garage and closed the door and dropped it on the cement, broken off a big piece.
Too little, too late. Oh. So, let's see.
I thought that even if I didn't feel anything by now, that it would stop tasting gross and would start tasting good.
Nah.
Because people who drink, they look like they're enjoying it more and more the more they take. And I thought that maybe at some point you would get used to the taste, and then it would start tasting good. And it's not tasting good.
Oh, that sucks.
It does. You know, I figure and they always show when people drink, like after their first drink, they look like they enjoy it a lot more. Like the first one, they do that thing where they're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and then later they're all like,
Uh-huh.
and I thought I was going to get to but I'm still at hair of the dog.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't feel less I don't feel less inhibited. I don't feel like putting a lampshade on my head. Why? You know what? That's something that I wondered. Why is that funny? Why was that funny?
I don't know.
But like supposedly, like in the 50s and before that, a guy would get drunk at the party, and he was the life of the party when he put the
Lampshade.
lampshade on his head. And they were like, "Oh, Bill's got the lampshade on his head," and it's like, that's not funny. I
We
don't
just
think
don't get it. There must be some kind of generational gap.
I don't think Bill's a lamp,
No, Bill's not a lamb.
and that's what makes it funny. But yeah,
We just don't get it.
maybe I wonder if I could Google that and like, why is a lampshade on your head funny?
Yeah, I'd be interested to know. Especially since it's so pervasive. Like, you can do that in a bunch of different mediums and it'll indicate somebody's drunk and everyone thinks they're hilarious. Right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to explain that. Why is my phone bleeping? Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just imagining that. It's going like boop. Yeah.
It'd be funny if you get like a buzz from sniffing it.
I'm trying to figure out what that smells like.
It's whiskey. It smells just like whiskey.
I guess. Or floor cleaner.
Whiskey.
Floor
Oh,
cleaner.
you could drink. Oh, it doesn't smell like pine salt. or
It's
something.
just because of the lemon that
Okay,
it smells like floor
There's
cleaner.
why did drunk people start putting lampshades on their head?
Do tell. Why have they done this thing?
In a speech to Irish leaders on St. Patrick's Day, Barack Obama jokingly urged the audience to go easy on the spirits. Stay as long as you want. Try to avoid putting any lampshades on your head. Because there's a lot of photographers here. Why are you laughing?
Photographers.
There are a lot of photographers here, he said. Why did you start laughing?
Because you said it like that and it was funny.
When
Like
did,
a lampshade.
when did putting a lampshade on your head become a universal symbol of drunkenness?
Yeah.
Probably in the 1910s or 1920s. While it's impossible to pinpoint the first instance of a man donning a lampshade at a party, the image most likely came out of vaudeville and was popularized in early silent films.
Okay. Oh, so silent film, so you had to like come up with some kind of exaggerated thing.
The adventurer in 1917, Charlie Chaplin, plays a rich yachtsman who, pursued by the police, puts a lampshade over his head and stands still as the cops pass by. While that example is more about disguise than inebriation,
Yeah.
the lampshade on the head had become a drunk gag by 1928 when the Baltimore Evening Sun ran a satirical piece called The Life of the Party. It is usually customary for the life of the party about the middle of the evening to put a lampshade on his head and give an impersonation of Scottish soprano Mary Garden, after which he tells a joke that's not meant for mixed company.
I mean, yeah.
That means a racist joke or a sexist joke.
Mixed
19
company, I mean, it would be something you don't say in front of a lady.
1928. It's about penises,
Probably.
balls.
Yeah.
I wanted to some balls today, potato balls.
Yeah.
Tanisha was like, Tashina, ooh, she heard that, she'd be mad. Tashina was like, she wanted to order the potato balls that we had last week, but Luke ordered them and he didn't come to work today. And we couldn't figure out where he ordered them from. And they were awesome. I was going to have potato balls for lunch. Instead, I had a little Panera bread sandwich.
I want some potato ball.
Do you like? No, you can't eat the potato balls because they're filled with picadillo.
What?
Potato balls are filled with picadillo. They're about
They're not
this
just
big.
potatoes, we're a ripoff.
They're like this big. See, you sound more drunk than me. They're like this
I'm not.
big.
I'm sleepy, so...
So you're sleeping.
There's not a very big difference between being sleepy and being drunk. Actually, you remember when I used to do the Uber sleep schedule, we were talking about this on our email list.
Uber sleep? I thought it was called something else. like micro sleepers.
Polyphasic.
Yeah, poly. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
So we were talking about being tired and getting through the time. Okay, because you're supposed to take 6 naps a day if you're on like the typical, most common schedule, and they're 20-minute naps, and that's all you take is 6 evenly spaced 20-minute naps a day.
For the whole day.
Yeah.
That's
And
2 hours of sleep.
right, and it's supposed to be that you adjust to that and your body supposedly learns how to do all the necessary shit you need to do during sleep during those naps. And of course there's not been long-term studies or anything on it, but everybody said that during a period of adjustment you would get real like messed up during that time while you were still getting used to it. And one person described like they were driving while they were that tired and they got pulled over and they were given drug tests and stuff and they couldn't find any alcohol in them because they hadn't drank anything. They were just real tired and they had to let them go. And it's like, you know, they were the one that did it, but then they were like, this is messed up. Like, how come they could let me go? That was irresponsible of them. I mean, I was clearly not able to drive properly, and they were shocked that I was not drunk. But then they had to let me go because there's no legal precedent to like stopping
Which
somebody.
is weird.
It's like, but if you're weaving all over the road, then like there
Tons
are
of
like
accidents happen from
20
sleepy driving.
different, 20 different things could be wrong with your body that's making it so that your perception or your control is messed up. And
Yeah,
you know,
you could have
can't-
taken medication.
Yeah, you can't really be like arrested for making a mistake. I mean, you can be arrested for drinking and driving, but you know, if something's going wrong with your body or something, then you can't really get arrested for that, but you can be stopped. You can be stopped from driving, and that's irresponsible. And he was thinking about that later and just told us all, like, y'all, don't operate heavy machinery, including cars.
Which is a heavy machine.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty heavy. I can't lift one. No, I'm sleepy. I get messed up toward the end of the week sometimes.
Yeah, that's been happening to me lately. I haven't played Monster Hunter World in 2 weeks. And Joe
Joe's
keeps,
gonna be mad.
yeah, he keeps asking me about it. Like, I was out sick this week. I left on Monday. Well, I was sick.
You were out sick this week?
Yeah, Monday I was sick. Well, Sunday I was sick.
Oh, yeah.
Lately
How
I've been
did you get
having,
Sunday?
I don't know if you got the text or not, because you didn't get the text about Alter Carbon, but Sunday nights I keep having like anxiety nightmares, mostly about forgetting how to do my job, and they're so bad that I wound up hurting all over. Like, and I have like a really nasty headache or migraine from it. And Monday, I woke up feeling like I had the flu, and I coughed until I threw up.
Great.
But I could still get out of bed, so I decided to go to work anyway. And I went to
Wait,
work.
and then you like went back, right?
Yeah, like I stayed from
Maybe you told me that.
8 until like 1 or
Oh,
1:30.
you did. I guess I did.
And every hour, Dan would come in and ask me if I was okay. And finally, I was like, I can't do
I
this
guess
anymore.
I'm not okay.
Yeah, the headache got real. I took a bunch of cough medicine, and the cough went away, but my headache got really intense. So I went home, did like a little bit more than a half day, and the next day I didn't come in. On Tuesday I didn't come back. You know, so it's still not getting better. So then Joe asked me about playing Monster Hunter World when I came back. I was like, no, I've been sick. And he was like, that's the best time to play. You can play like all day.
Oh my god. He was like Remember when he had surgery on this nasal polyp thing, and he stayed at my house so that, I could save him if he tried to die or something. But he brought his video game system to my house and set it up at my house so that he could just play video games while recovering from surgery. It was great. That does not sound good going down.
It's so nasty.
You're almost done though.
Yeah, and I don't feel anything at all. I'm like, maybe it takes some time for my body to metabolize it or something, that, for the alcohol to get into my brain.
I think people will start getting drunk not too long after they drink. So maybe you should tell a story.
Well, I can't, well, okay, I'll do that in a second, but I was thinking that, about, when I was in the hospital, recently, well, only time I've ever been in the hospital,
Yeah, that was really bad.
my family, different people in my family have had issues with drugs and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
and I've always been like, I wonder if that could happen to me,
Right.
and I'm thinking, yeah, that
Yeah,
probably could, because
You
in the
told me,
hospital,
yeah,
when
about
the
the pain
loud,
medication.
the loud, which is like, I think they say it's a type of morphine.
Yes, and yeah, you told me it was really just
Yeah, like I was in
addictive.
so much pain and stuff, and they would come and they would inject it into my IV, and because it went into my IV in my arm, it basically like not even 20 seconds later, all of a
just
sudden
like-
I would just feel it wash over me, and it not only, it didn't just take away the pain, it made everything feel good, like feel good in a way that it just normally does not feel good.
Yeah, so that made you think like, wow, there's really something to this potential for addiction.
Yeah, like I could, if there was a oral version of Dilaudid that worked like that, I could probably take that. But I couldn't inject myself with it
Right.
like all the time. And the only way I could put up with it there is because I already had the IV in the arm. They didn't have to give me a shot to do it. They just put it into the IV that was already flowing into me.
Yep.
But yeah, it felt like I would be in terrible pain. Like I was crying and talking about why is it happening to me and stuff. And the louder would come, and then it would just be like, oh, this feels so good, like that, like very, very euphoric.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I could imagine. Not even could imagine. I wanted some more of that. Like I almost wanted to be in enough pain that would cause me to call them for Dilaudid.
That's so scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mostly didn't. I mostly, like, I did what I always do. I dealt with the pain and just
I know.
felt it until I couldn't do it anymore. Most of the time when I wanted Dilaudid was when a particular doctor would come in who was he didn't have a good bedside manner at all. He would come and just rip my bandages off without like any special care or anything like that. And that was at the point where the gauze, as soon as they put it on, would get soaked with blood.
No.
So by the time that doctor would come in the morning, it would be dried blood in the gauze, so it would be like sealed to my body. And he would just rip it out.
Gross.
And it would make me cry. Like I got to the point where I would cry when I knew he was coming, because the pain was just, it was unbelievable when he would do that. So I would always try to call for the Dilaudid like a few minutes before I knew he was on his way. And it actually helped too. Like I didn't even notice the pain sometimes when I was high on the Dilaudid. And that made me think like, oh, well, I could really, if I had a supply of this, I could use this all the time if there was a way to, like I said, take it without a needle. risk of intravenous drug use is so high that I couldn't imagine wanting it that bad. But yeah, that was pretty bad. But even now, I think about how long was that? 2 years ago. I still think about how good that felt. You know. And now I notice it when I hear it in movies and stuff, where in TV shows, they mention Dilaudid all the time. More than morphine now, because I think that's like the safer name.
Yeah. Let's see.
Ugh, that's so gross. And I'm not, again, not feeling anything.
Let's see.
My mom was like, "Oh, that lemon, you could eat that lemon and it'll also be alcoholic."
It's like, why would you want to?
Well, you like lemons.
I do. I don't want it to taste like that. Let's see. Ew, are you eating it? Oh, you are.
I'm
Like,
trying to.
getting all like friggin' messy with it. What?
You know what's weird?
What?
It tastes terrible,
Uh-huh.
but it tastes better than what normal lemons taste like to me.
Oh, that's weird because I like lemons.
Yeah, lemons are usually really bitter and super sour. And I'm not a fan of sour or bitter. But this tastes almost like if I ignore the whiskey flavor, it's like a lemon candy, like some
Ooh,
other
weird.
kind of. Yeah, it's sweeter than lemon, and
That's-
there's no sour.
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of good if you can ignore the whiskey flavor.
Well, try to ignore that.
It's really good compared to what a normal lemon slice tastes like. Well, I guess I got a new mason jar. Now I have two. Sometimes when I come up here, I trick myself into thinking that I'm going to walk over to Nebraska Avenue. Because I'm usually here on the weekends. And there's a flea market on Nebraska Avenue.
Uh-huh.
Although now that I think about it, it's not the flea market where I get the honey jar full, mason jar full of honey.
No. Wasn't
That's-
I with you when we got that?
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
with you
down
when
in
that-
Hillsboro.
That was the one where that dude was like talking to me.
The guitar guy.
Ugh.
I teach you guitar. You let me touch your honey.
No, he didn't say that, but
No,
he
he
did
didn't
try
say
to
that.
get my number. It's
But that was his
yeah.
that was his trade.
Yeah, that's that kind of thing. Like, I'm really disappointed in myself that my reaction to that was to say no, but apologize for saying no, and pretend I appreciated it.
What made him think that you wanted to learn guitar?
Because I just looked at the guitars and I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
guitars.
They teach you how to use it.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm standing near him and I'm a lady, so clearly if I
Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, that smells like
it does.
whiskey. Oh, you can smell it? Sorry. I'm trying to whiff it away. So if you're a lady and you're standing next to a guitar,
No, if you're a lady and you're standing next to a dude and you're not like actively telling him to fuck off, sometimes he thinks that you're into him.
see, what's messed up about that is that I don't want to be that guy,
I know.
but at the same time, when a woman is nice to me, I'm usually thinking, is she into me? Does she like me?
Sure.
You know, because usually women act standoffish or mean. You know, and you go, oh, well, yeah, she doesn't want to be bothered. And then even like, okay, standoffish and mean is obvious, but
Yeah.
neutral also, like for me, neutral says, back off, do not enter, yield, you know.
Okay.
But for a lot of guys, neutral is a go.
Yeah, if like she's not actively trying to get rid of you or walking away from you, then you can still try.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh.
I guess you better dust yourself off and try again, and try again, and again and again. But yeah, so like when they're a little bit nice, I go, oh, is she into me? Like for instance, today, were you with me at GameStop when I was checking out?
No.
Okay, so when I was looking through stuff, one of the women that worked at that GameStop was like, "Are you finding everything today? Do you need any help?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay." And that's usually a sign, like, you know, they're watching you to see if you're going to steal or something like that. And so I kind of felt a bad way about her asking me if I needed help.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's lots of people in the store. You could ask other people. But then, when I was ready, she was like, "Are you ready? Do you want me to ring you up?" Again, I was thinking, you know, this is the whole. They're trying to watch you if you're stealing and stuff. But you know, at GameStop, when you buy something, well, a lot of places have the survey you take to see if they did a good job, and sometimes they circle it on the receipt.
Yeah.
She circled it and then she put a happy face in it. And I'm like, wait, is she into me? Does she want me to say something else? You know, that was my immediate thought, but I didn't do anything.
No.
Because I was bored. I'm a booty coward. That's what they call me.
Yes.
The BC. She was cute though. She wore glasses. I like that.
My glasses have a crack.
My ass has a crack. Oh no, Mom, my ass is broken. Why do you say that? It's got a crack in it.
Did I ever tell you about the book that we used to carry in my kids section, where everybody kept telling this poor little like teddy bear or something not to push his belly button? It's like, it's a button on my belly. What will happen if I press it? And all the adults that he asked this question, they're like, no, you must never press it. Never, ever. Don't press the button. You know, and of course at the end, he presses the belly button, and you're supposed to press it. You, the reader, you're supposed to press it. And the whole section of the book breaks out and falls out. Falls out of the book, like connected by a string.
That's funny.
And it's like you push it and his ass falls out. And on the back of it, it says, don't worry, kids. This only happens to naughty little piggies or whatever. And I'm
I
like,
said he was a bear.
he might have been a pig, he might have been a bear. I don't remember right now. Maybe it's a piggy. Anyway, that book made me so sick. 'Cause it's like, if you ask questions about your body, and adults act horrified that you need to know more because you're curious, then your ass is gonna fall off of your body and you're naughty. You know, like, why would you teach a kid that their curiosity is horrible and they're going to mutilate themselves if they don't listen to adults who won't answer their questions? And your ass isn't going to fall off if you push your belly button.
So you say.
I'm pushing it right now.
Sounds like a trick. You're pushing it. Pushing it.
I pushed my belly button. It's right there. See? Oh, looks terrible. That one's a sweet little book.
Where is baby's belly button?
Yeah, that's a sweet little book. It has an animal on it. And I think you could see, like, the circle around the belly button.
I used to have a friend online who didn't have a belly button.
Huh. Yeah, you told me about that. Because of, like, surgery.
Yeah, gastric bypass surgery.
Uh-huh.
And the doctors were like, whoops, we made a mistake. You don't have a belly button anymore. We could recreate one for you. That would be another surgery. And she was like, well, I don't really need it for anything.
Right.
So, fuck it. And I keep just saying, Jacob, don't push the button.
So about belly buttons?
Well, some of these pictures look like
Looked like a button to me.
he's holding it in front of his, belly. So, it's gone. I'm not feeling anything. Wait, I'm kind of feeling like maybe a little bit of dizziness in my
Oh.
head.
Here it is. It is a pig.
Piggy's belly button.
I wonder how many horrified reviews there are. It has an overall 4-star rating. I'm gonna go read the bad ratings, just for fun. Mostly people are like, oh, this is so funny. Ho, ho, ho.
Spoiler!
I really enjoy traumatizing my child. See, nobody gave it 1 star. What the shit?
Spoiler alert, he falls apart and dies at the end.
See, and the only person who gave it a lower rating, they were just not all that impressed with the construction of the book, physically.
Look, I'm a pig and this is my ass.
Huh?
I'm a pig and this is my ass.
The last thing on here says the author seems to be going for a definite moral to the story. Listen to what your mommy tells you. But it also left me wondering, is that it? It's more along the lines of, if you don't do what mommy tells you, the boogeyman is going to get you. Which is entertaining, but it's an odd lesson to be learned if it's supposed to be a parable of sorts. Curiosity can be a good thing. And the same with asking questions. So what has Piggy learned after all? Don't let your curiosity get the better of you? Yeah.
I do feel a little bit dizzy.
Wow.
But that's it. I feel like when you get like an inner ear infection, or you spin around a little bit.
That's it. That's how I feel when I drink too much too.
Oh, when you spin around a little bit.
That, I get dizzy.
No, I mean, you feel like you've spun around a little bit.
Maybe.
So, I took an Uber a couple weeks ago, and the Uber driver, I usually ask them, like with the Lyft driver, I ask, how's it going for you today?
Yeah.
And the Uber driver told me that she'd been working since 2:30 that morning, and she's been kind of busy. I was like, well, like a lot of people want to have rides at 2:30 in the morning, and she says, no, I do Uber Eats. And I said, oh, Uber Eats operates at 2:30 in the morning? She goes, yeah, like a lot of college kids and stuff. Denny's, IHOP, and McDonald's are open 24 hours. And as long long as they're open, Uber Eats will deliver from them. So people call for, you know, like pancakes and stuff. And she goes, the college kids like a lot of McDonald's and junk. Early in the morning, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. And like that makes me feel a little bit more like back when I lived in Philadelphia. You know, you can get anything you wanted after a certain time. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Now I know that you can get Uber Eats stuff at 2:30 in the freaking morning. Well, they're delivering taco bus.
Buddy.
Hmm?
Buddy.
Buddy?
I don't want any more food ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
I'm feeling I could eat some meat.
You ate ribs today.
I know, and that is the only meat I ate today. Everything else, oh no, I'm a liar, because I ate one of the Panera bread sandwiches that was left over, and it was like a little teeny piece of ham and some Swiss cheese.
I ate your fries.
You did do that.
And I ate my fries and pretzel bites, and that was good.
Was there anything inside of your pretzel bites?
Mm-mm. They were just pretzely.
Okay.
They give you stuff to dip it in.
I kind of wanted to taste the pretzel bites.
Sorry, I ate them all.
I know, I saw.
I almost finished everything before the movie started.
Well, I wanted to do that, and I did.
Yeah.
I finished everything I was going to eat before the movie started.
Yeah, I don't like to eat while the movie is happening because it's too distracting.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to be done with it.
Yeah.
But I might order some Uber Eats.
Now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm drunk. I'm going to eat some food.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do when you're high, though? Like, you get the munchies when you're high.
Oh.
You're not doing drunk.
I'm not doing it right.
You're not doing it right. Yeah.
Corn cakes. What the fuck are corn cakes?
You still haven't figured out Southern food.
What? I have not
Corn
figured-
cakes.
Is that Southern food?
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it like a Johnny cake? Is
I
it
don't know.
cornbread?
I don't know.
I like cornbread.
Corn cakes. Oh my god.
If this place has steak, then I will.
You're in.
Fucking yeah, I'll have corn cakes and steak.
I'm thinking about when I was a kid, my mom was like friends with some lady that lived in our neighborhood. She had a little boy, and she would babysit, my mom would babysit her little boy, and we would all be like, corn cake,
Did you hear this whole description?
whatever, stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
Um,
Chicken steak, sausage, pork rind.
But
It's cheese and salsa.
who's had this relationship with this lady, I guess, where we take care of each other's kids or something. I don't know if she ever watched us, but I remember this lady always yelling at her kid to eat his food. And this was North Carolina, very southern, you know, and this lady was always, Michael, come and eat your sausage biscuit. Biscuit was 4 syllables.
Beef
Come eat your sausage biscuit. There's nothing wrong with it. It was just funny because we were raised in the South, but originally from New Jersey. So our parents didn't talk like that, and so we didn't talk like that. But we have some tapes from when I was, 5. And I think I sounded like I had a little bit of a southern accent.
Do you?
Yeah.
Don't you have videotape of you from 5?
No. was younger.
But no southern accent.
There was no sound.
The dizziness is not going away. Like I'm feeling the dizziness,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I feel like I'm any different mentally.
Well, I think you should go try to drive.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a good measure of anything because you don't drive anyway.
I would drive better. Oh, did you ever watch Mythbusters? I meant to mention this earlier when you were telling a different story.
I don't watch that show.
They had a show where they measured the difference between driving drunk and driving tired,
Huh.
which was pretty cool to see which one was more dangerous. I've never had a kebab.
That's interesting because I was going to make kebabs.
Wait,
Well,
did you make anything?
I almost did it last night, but I ran out of time.
Oh, I could have had some. Was
No.
there Steven Universe kebabs?
Yes.
What's on them?
Fish.
What else? Do you still have any more of your fake fish?
Yeah, but I'm going to use it for that.
Making kebabs.
Making, like,
Fish
probably
kebabs.
1 or 2. But yeah, I'm going to put, it looked like, in the cartoon, it looked like there was weird little apples and weird little pumpkin-y looking things on it, so it made it seem like they just got fish and stuck whatever fruit was growing around there, on there, and so that's kind of what I'm going to do, and so I have some little tomatoes that I'm going to put on there, and some little fruits, dried fruits, and I can maybe do that in my fireplace.
You're gonna do it in your fireplace? Have you ever lit your fireplace? When were you planning on doing this?
When I want to, I don't know.
I would like to see fire.
Yeah.
I like fire.
No.
Fire's good.
I'm kind of afraid to do it.
Well, see, that's more of a reason why you should do it while I'm here.
I'm not gonna. But I'm also gonna make a candy one, and that's what the Swedish fish are for.
What is this? Pork rind, sausage, pork, chicken, tomato, corn cake, and boiled potato.
That sounds like a mess and a half.
Jesus Christ, that's $32.
That's too much money for food.
It is too much money for food, but it is in the family section, so I shall forgive them. Fried tripe.
Ew.
I wonder what empanada's Hawaiian is.
Pineapples.
Yeah, but what else? Is it just pineapple?
I don't know. I'm sure there are things other than pineapples.
La Zunga. Steak, chicken, pork rinds, sausage, cheese, sauces, and fries.
What the hell?
Would it bother you if I ordered something from...
I don't care. You do you.
I am going to do me, but in the less wet way. Okay, so I feel like right now, the dizziness is making my eyelids feel swollen. Do you know what that feels like?
I don't think so.
Kind of like when you're really sleepy and you can't keep your eyes open, so they feel like they're sort of like swelling shut.
It could also mean like you're about to die.
Oh.
Maybe you'll explode.
By the way,
You
I
should go in the garage.
pretty much plan I pretty much plan that if I die, I'm going to come back,
Okay.
and I'll probably come to you and tell you some stuff.
Okay.
You know, I keep thinking that if there is like a heaven and hell, they basically tell you, oh, you can come back, but you'll be fucked up. You'll never be able to get back here. And I'll be like, that's okay. I gotta tell some people some stuff.
Mhm.
And so I'm just warning you that I'm going to do that.
Man, I'll never have privacy again.
Oh, because I'll be a ghost?
Because you'll be a ghost and you'll be a perverted ghost.
No, I'm not going to people on you.
Not on me? Why not? I'm
'Cause
not
you-
special enough for you to peek your ghost face in my shower.
No, I would never look at you naked without permission.
That's good. So consent even applies in the afterlife.
It applies everywhere that I have my own sentient brain.
Okay. So I don't have to worry about you
Not me. I don't know about other people.
earlier, right?
There's Chori Papa and Chori Pero here. And Chori Pero is 50 cents more than Chori Papa. And Papa means potato and Pero means dog.
I know.
So,
I'm a little concerned.
yes, just a little bit. Piccata.
Oh,
Piccata means fish.
it does?
Well, picado means fish. But this doesn't say fish at all.
I didn't think that's what that was.
Okay. Well, no, that's pescado.
Yeah. Okay. Because I thought picado was like sort of a vegetable-y thing.
Well, it says corn cake with chicken, steak, sausage, pork rinds, lettuce, cheese, and salsa. Ropa Villa. Extra sauce, pineapple, hot sauce, garlic sauce, pink, and chimichurras. Gross. Side of tostones, side of sweet plantains, side of garlic. Okay, so by your judgment, am I any different than I normally am?
No. I wouldn't have noticed anything.
Neither do I. The only thing that I'm noticing is, other than the dizziness, because it's still there.
Yeah.
My inner body temperature is raised a little bit because I'm starting to feel warm. But I don't know how much of that I can attribute to the alcohol, because I am always warm.
People are so weird. There's like this trend right now where people are photoshopping their pets to look like gems.
That's so stupid and weird.
It's really stupid and weird.
Is it just dogs, or are
No.
they like cats?
The person
or-
who started it did it on a bird.
Okay. Was the bird Pearl?
It was several of them. I don't know if they did Pearl.
Because I can imagine a pearl bird.
Well, yeah, I mean, she basically is a bird.
Do you like garlic?
Not really. Well, the flavor is okay, but I don't like chunks of it. See?
No, I mean like garlic toast, garlic
Yeah,
bread.
I like that. Sugilite bird. There's aquamarine bird.
That's so weird.
There's a lapis bird. What the fuck?
I can really feel the dizziness when I move.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the first stage of. When you say you feel nasty, is it the dizziness or is it
Yeah.
nausea?
No, I didn't ever feel nauseous. I never threw up from it.
It's just dizziness.
I would feel dizzy and then I fall asleep.
See, dizziness to me tells me that the alcohol content is entering my brain, or at least my inner ear. and I can feel it like that's weird. When I move, it feels like it's a delayed reaction to the dizziness.
That's funny.
Like I'm just leaving the dizziness behind for a second, and then it catches up. Like I can feel like, you know what it feels like? It feels like when you move a bag or a bottle of liquid. As in, like I move and then it slushes back into place.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yes.
That's what I feel like right now. Like if I go like this, whoa.
Oh,
Do you,
don't fall
did you
on
see
it.
me move a little bit more?
No.
Okay, look, when I move forward and I stop,
Oh,
did you see a little bit more? Yeah, because I can feel like I move and I stop, and then it feels like it pushes me a little.
you know
bit.
what? Also, you're sweating.
Yeah, I know that. Because I told you it feels like I'm overheating too.
Yeah.
And is it the same temperature to you in here right now? Does it
Yeah.
still feel like 70 degrees?
It's 70 and I've got a heating pad on.
Maybe I'm too close to your eating bed.
No, I don't think so. It's not very strong. It has to be on you.
This place has a lot of food that
Oh, eat some.
I haven't, huh?
We'll eat some.
Did you say we'll eat some?
No, just you eat some.
Oh,
This person made pear dot out of their puppy dog. Why?
We should do that.
I don't want to.
We should have pictures of ourselves and then we should gym aside them.
Nah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna find some pictures of me and I'm gonna start sending to you after I really like pink chop them
What are you gonna
into
do?
gyms. Huh?
Who are you gonna be?
All of them.
Who
Any
you
of
gonna
them.
be first? Guinea pig.
Hmm?
Who are you gonna guinea pig first?
Well, just because I saw that pear dot when I was taking pear.
You're gonna make yourself into pear dot.
But I've been very, very, very much thinking about garnet. What is that?
A bird.
Is
Pear
it-
dot.
Oh, pear dot with her
With
under.
underwear.
I've been thinking about
And oh. Anyway.
I've been thinking about wanting to do gender bend cosplay of Garnet.
Oh my god. Remember at Halloween I had a Steven mask and it's super creepy looking.
I didn't see it in person, only on your Twitter or wherever
Yeah.
you posted it.
Yeah. So I had that and this one guy was commenting on my post saying, "Oh, I wish that I had known that that mask existed because I would have liked it for my costume because that was Steven." I was like, "Oh, well, it's really creepy looking, so I don't know if you really, really wanted it." And he was like, "Well, thing is, like, no, I could have used that and, been more accurate because, like, as it was, I was like, just wore like the shirt and everything, but I didn't look right because I'm black and I could have been a white Steven." And he was commenting on this post that I had several different costumes and I had my Garnet picture in there where I cut off my head and stuff. It was just headless cosplay and I was like, well, high five from a white Garnet. That's why I could never play her because it would look wrong. I like the costume, but I don't think I could pull it off at all. I'm tiny. I'm the wrong color.
I wanted to do. I don't know if you'll ever be interested in doing like gender bent Steven Universe
really.
cosplay. I mean, like if I do a Garnet and you do a more feminized Steven.
Nora Universe.
Hmm?
Nora.
Nora? Does she look like a feminized Steven?
That's what Steven's name would have been if he was
Oh
a girl.
yeah.
I'm not, the whole concept of gender bending is, I don't know. It's like, it has a lot of stuff in it that I don't like.
Well, I only say gender bent because I don't think I would make a very good female
But, you know, I mean, you could just do what you want to do.
Yeah, I would just do Garnet, but it would be me.
Yes.
And I look like a dude.
And you're a dude.
I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. Say, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. You know that song?
Uh-uh.
You never seen that song? You never heard that song?
Don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know it. I'm ignorant.
You are ignorant. Ignorant hussy. You were, very, you didn't understand the Miss Marvel joke I made.
I know. I told you.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
So when you make jokes that only you understand, then you laugh by yourself?
Yeah, well, that joke was, well, there is a character named Miss Marvel, but then I was kind of jumping on the whole, you know so much about Steven Universe. You know so much about Marvel Universe that you are Miss Marvel.
What the fuck is this?
She's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey, I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey, did you ever watch all that growing up? I loved all that. It was like Saturday Night Live for kids, and they were actually funny. And Kenan Thompson started one.
Yeah, I think I did watch some of it.
I loved the intro to all that.
We all that.
Yeah, it was so cool. I was like, oh, these kids are so cool. I wish I was in all that. My mom said that, would you have liked to be on a TV show growing up? Kid show?
I don't know.
I figured every kid would want to do that. My mom was like, that she didn't know that we had any interest in that at all. Because I was like, it would have been cool to be like a kid that tried out for Zoom and been a report. Do you remember Zoom? Zoom was a PBS kid show where they did like science experiments, but they also did like little skits and stuff like that. It was like all that before all that. I'm a dude. She's a dude. We're all a dude. Say.
I'm a dude.
You are a dude, and she's a dude. We're all a dudes.
Not really. I'm not.
Okay, let's see if this is the one I This is the show Zoom. You don't find them entertaining?
No.
I would have loved to have been on Zoom growing up. This is how it.
You gonna dance like this?
Yeah. This is the cast I remember watching too. Yeah, I definitely remember Zoe and Keiko. I remember when he's doing that shoulder bump thing before I saw it anywhere else. So they did like arts and crafts stuff. They did cooking stuff. They did science experiments, and it was all stuff that you could try at home, making different kind of cakes and stuff at home. And then they did like weird jokes. Did you watch what's the one where they come out of the lockers and tell jokes?
You can't do that on television.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched
so
that.
apparently you knew that one.
Yeah, I did.
That would have been good to be one.
That was funny. It'd be like Alanis.
How about Salute Your Shorts?
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was going to do on camera, to see that I was not inebriated, because I know a lot of theme songs, and I was going to do theme songs. I was going to call you up the other day and ask you, like that's kind of a serious question, sort of about why we've never gone to do karaoke together, because I would like to do that at some point.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, what would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song.
I will try not to sing out of key. I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. So, did you watch like those Nickelodeon teen shows? Like Salute Your Shorts?
Only some of them. Some of them I didn't like, so I didn't watch them.
I didn't get Nickelodeon until much later, because we didn't have cable, and they didn't give us cable in the black neighborhoods.
Yeah, we didn't have cable for like some of when I was a kid, and then at some point they decided to get it. But yeah, I mostly remember those shows from when I was older.
Did you see Hey Dude?
I didn't really like it.
See, I didn't like it all that much, but excuse me, I liked the theme song a whole bunch.
I liked watching Roundhouse, but that was because of the singing.
What was Roundhouse?
It had a lot of singing in it.
I have to look that up.
But it had a lot of like skits and stuff too.
A little wild and a little strange when you make your home out on the range. Things come along, but you can't get right if you can't hold on. Singing, yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay, what? Like the cowboys say. Sing it again now. Yippee-ki-yay, you don't want to dance till the break of day. Watch out for those man-eating jackrabbits and those killer cats. Hey, dude. Christina Taylor went on to do other stuff after Hey Dude. Now, what was the one that you said?
Roundhouse.
Because I don't recognize that. How about Salute Your Shorts?
You said that already.
I know, but I didn't hear your answer.
I didn't really care for it, but I did watch some of it sometimes. Didn't really like it.
How about Kids Incorporated?
Didn't really care for that one.
See, they were singing in that.
I know, but I didn't like the music.
It was 80s music.
I know.
They took like popular. It was like Kids Bop before Kids Bop. This sounds familiar, but I don't remember. Was it like a skit show?
Yeah.
But they did singing skits.
Kinda, yeah. There was stuff that wasn't. I know I can go down to where the music and the fun never ends. As long as the music keeps playing, say yes. I know that I can find a friend.
Kind of pancakes. Did we see something today where the person asked the other person if they were making pancakes? Oh no, I know where that came from. All that was one of my favorite kid shows. And Kenan Thompson went on to be big, and he's in Saturday Night Live now. And when he does Saturday Night Live, I think that is all practice from all that.
Yeah.
Like I used to like when he did the French lessons with Pierre something. What is it called? Every day French. With Pierre Escargot.
My friends and I used to watch like weird public access shows just for fun, and there was this lady who would try to teach French on public access, and she was like really odd.
I wanted to see public access so bad, especially
So
after
much fun.
Wayne's World.
It was so much fun.
But the cable channels that we had, the public access would never have anything on it except for like words.
Right,
There would never be anybody doing TV shows.
right. You just never knew what you were gonna get.
I wanted some of that randomness.
Yes. And now there's like no reason to do that because you can do it on YouTube.
I'm wondering what happened to Lori Beth Denver. She was hilarious.
Okay.
He's really talented comedian. Feeling the sleepiness coming back.
And now a closer look at Pierre Escargot. Everyday French with Pierre Escargot.
Pierre Escargot, I can tell you all about it. It actually started as Paco Delicious, and it was a Spanish thing, and we got to know that was racist. So, to the French people,
It's not racist if you do French. That's nationalistic.
Pierre became, instead of like a guy sitting like on a porch, to like a guy in a bathtub in like a hotel room or whatever. Raincoat outfit, because that's fun, and swimming flippers, just for me to kind of enjoy. That was all I needed.
May I take a nap in your nose?
You know, speaking fake French, even though they wanted me to learn the real French, but it'd be funnier if it was just a lot quicker and I'd have to focus on trying to get French right.
Prenda renifler mon pantalon. Captain, the robot is sniffing my trousers.
I used to do stuff like that.
We would make up
Like
some
what?
nonsensical
Say
French
weird.
would mean, like,
Niet de brood.
Your puppy has wet
I told people about that last week. Yeah, I have a friend who said Niet de brood. Because Susanna
very funny.
at my job is trying to learn Russian.
Escargot,
And she just learned like English, like
the
basically.
version at that couch.
I'm so fascinated by that.
You're shaking your head. So, I don't even know why I said that.
I'm gonna have to look up whatever this documentary is
It's not as
because
fun of an answer.
it looks like
I got close.
I'm gonna like whatever the rest of it. The Splash.
Sure to subscribe to
Oh.
the Splash YouTube channel.
God.
What about your dog? Did you say that you didn't know Kids Incorporated, or you didn't
I
like
just
it?
didn't care for it.
Oh. See, that's one that. How about Kid Video? I love Kid Video so much. I love it so much. I hope, you know what? I should look for a DVD box set of Kid Video, because I loved it that much. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm saying I love Kid Video. You're wearing garnet colors.
I'm not.
They look like garnet colors from it to me.
What do you mean?
This.
This is a blanket of garnet.
So you are wearing
It
garnet
literally
colors.
has garnet on it.
So then you are wearing garnet colors.
But I'm not wearing it. I have a blanket on.
You're
I'm also
wearing a
wearing a
blanket.
garnet shirt. So,
Is that the one you had at the theater that outed that guy?
yeah,
This is Steven Universe guy.
yeah.
I really do love that, because it happens often.
I know. People don't believe me.
It makes me want to wear Steven Universe stuff. And even though, like,
And you'll be like, yeah, I'm not really a fan. I don't know what this is. Is this like a Morganite or something?
I was going to talk to you about that before the other day, because I was like, I don't really completely get
I know.
Steven Universe.
You told me that you don't understand why it's so captivating.
I don't.
You're like, I like it.
I do like it. It's not my most favorite thing in the world.
You don't have to be obsessed with it like me.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not obsessed. What's that under your bookcase right there?
Where?
Right in the middle of that bookcase right there.
Looks
There's
like
something pinkish looking under the bookcase.
I don't see any
Not that one. The one on the right.
over there.
The middle of the right.
A rubber band.
Uh,
It's a rubber band.
I watched Sergeant Pepper's the other day.
Oh.
Someone mentioned
No.
Sergeant Pepper's, and I love that. Cause that's what it
Weird.
was. Cause one person was saying, talking about the saying, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and then someone else was saying, beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you chew. Although I think they were talking about lima beans. They were saying it was a musical fruit.
Yes.
And then I said, oh, you should just combine those things. I was like, the darker the berry with an A, the sweeter the music,
Oh.
because they're saying a musical fruit.
Yeah.
And then someone said, well, I guess Rufus isn't a fan of the Bee Gees, because of Barry Gibbs. But I was like, are you kidding me? Sgt. Pepper's is one of my favorite musicals. And then they sent me like a playlist of YouTube Sgt. Pepper's movie songs. And I was like, man, I have the movie at home. I'm going to watch it when I get home tonight. And I watched it twice. And I sang along to most of the songs on it. You know what's funny?
What?
You know how when I was living with Tia and she said that my singing she thought someone was mowing the lawn or something? Right, and that made me not want to sing. Then one time you said to me that you don't understand how no one tapped me for a choir or something before. And I think about that all the time, and it makes me like singing. Even if I'm not that good or on key or whatever.
It's easier to be on key when you have backup music and stuff too. And almost everybody that sings and plays music has backup music, so you'd be fine.
Yeah, I do notice that people, I always think, you know what, I'm fascinated by the concept that people can sound bad when they sing, but then if you have a bunch of people's voices together, they sort of cancel out the errors, and they sound good. Like if you have a lot of people singing at
Big
once.
cloud doing it.
Yeah, and I was thinking, that's so interesting that we sound better together.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Really interesting. Element came on my MP3 player today also while I was walking to work. So I was standing on the corner waiting to cross Florida Avenue, going like.
What song was that?
The Fifth Element song, when the lady is singing the diva dance.
Oh, the diva thing during the fight?
Yeah. I can't actually sing that whole song.
You told me that once before.
See, I can't sing higher than that for the song.
Yeah, I was going to say, you told me that once before, but you sounded fine when you showed it.
Yeah, but I didn't sing all the way up. There was more. I couldn't do it. It didn't come out.
So you said it wouldn't bother you if I ordered a bunch of food.
That's fine.
I'm going to do it. You don't want anything, right?
No, I don't want to eat any more food ever.
Ever? Never again for you.
No more food. I quit food.
That's cool. I've never ordered food this late in Tampa.
Ha!
This is my first time
Doing it now?
trying to order. Yeah, I just did it.
You just did it.
It says it'll be here at 1:56
So
a.m.
you were like all ready to do it, and you pushed the button after I said it's cool.
Yeah, I was like, I bought like a bunch of food. It's like $30 worth of food.
I
there.
can't believe that. You know, I guess you didn't have that much food at the place though.
Well, I ate the ribs and I ate those beans.
Beans was like 2 mouthfuls.
Yeah, and I had the piece of toast that wasn't Texas toast. It was a slightly. I think some people think that Texas toast just means
Thicker
piece
toast.
of bread,
It's
right?
not.
Yeah. And it was only like slightly buttered. It was mostly dry toast.
Oh.
And then I ate like maybe 5 of those French fries.
And I ate the rest. And then I ate my fries and I ate my pretzel bits and I drank.
To be honest, I think you did eat more food than I did. Because they only had like 6 little ribs
That's
in
what
there.
I'm saying. So you didn't really eat that much food.
But I did have a sandwich at lunch.
What did I eat today? Today I had 2 cups of coffee, 1 cup of hot chocolate, and a Diet Coke at work.
See?
And I had granola bar for breakfast. I had an apple and some granola, not granola, that was breakfast. I had goldfish crackers and an apple for lunch, and then I had a Gray's snack, which was some like barbecue hickory nut things. And then before I went to meet you, I ate a fruit cup and another Gray's snack that had dried fruit in it. So I ate a bunch of shit.
I have a ton of dried fruit that I haven't eaten or opened at all yet.
I like fruit a lot.
I got banana chips, papaya, raisins, and maybe dates. Oh, and we're having a potluck for Pie Day,
Oh.
3/14, and all of the dishes have to begin with P-I
Oh,
to
that's
qualify. Because
weird.
it's Pie Day.
You're just being pies.
I'm going to attempt to make pig candy this time around, which I've never done before.
I don't know what that is.
It is cocktail sausages that are wrapped in bacon and then
Ew.
drenched in brown sugar and baked until it caramelizes. But I'm also going to do a version that is dates stuffed with almonds. So I'm going to do the sausage and bacon wrap, and I'm also going to do date stuff with almonds. And I hear that it makes the almonds kind of toasty and crunchy.
Okay.
And dates. So I'm gonna make like I'm gonna have to order that this weekend to get here, and I want to make. I think I want to try to make like 50 to 100
Jesus.
of the weenies, whatever fits on my
Yeah.
um,
You're gonna spend
cookie
a bunch
tray.
of time with weenies.
Yeah, I'm spending a bunch of time with weenies like all See what I did there? And then I also, I don't have the bacon, I don't have the weenies, I don't have the dates, and I don't have the almonds. I have the brown sugar and I have real
No
maple
weenies,
syrup.
no dates?
I gotta give me more dates and more
You
weenies.
can get one of those things with the other.
I need to update my manga list this weekend too.
Do it.
I found a WordPress app that does lists of stuff. And I'm thinking that I should put my Transformer list and my manga list online somewhere so that other people who want to buy me things.
Yep. Yeah, but then I'd have to trust you to update it too.
Yeah, well, once I got it up, I would update it.
It is easier to do that. It's fun. It's like, oh, I get to add this to my list.
Yes, and I have a lot of manga now. A lot of manga I haven't read.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to do that with my Transformers too.
Okay.
I do a list of my Transformers. So if someone out there wants to buy me a Transformer, because that's what I feel like.
Someone out, you mean in this room?
No, really, anybody out there, because my birthday's coming up
No, it's not.
in
Like,
7 months.
you're already like planning for this.
Yes, because it's going to take me a while to get it up, so I need to get it up
Oh.
and get the word out. Also, I want to make a Rini package as soon as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna start writing down some stuff I want to send in a Rini package,
That's
because
good.
I want to make her a package as like out there and random and wonderful as her package is to me. I've got a Raider shirt, the one that came with the helmet that I made into your iShield 21 helmet. I have nothing to do with the Raider shirt. And I don't know if it'll fit her or not.
Probably.
You think so?
Sure. Why, you worried it'd be too big?
Too small?
Too small?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that was like a kid set.
Oh. If it's a kid's set,
Very
probably
nice
not
helmet.
fit her. Or at least you wouldn't like to wear something that size.
Well, if it goes with the helmet. So if the size of the helmet is the size of the shirt.
Yeah, but I can put the helmet on.
I know you can put the helmet on.
So I can put the shirt on.
Maybe. But can Rini put the shirt on?
That's the thing.
And
Reenie's not that
if,
much bigger than me, but she likes big clothes.
if I send her the shirt, I'm also going to get her a Raiders baseball cap to go with it.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, she told me, I sent her a shirt, or a hat that said, something like salty dog or something like that. And,
Salty dog is a good saying.
and, now somebody over there, like, who's seen her wear that shirt, keeps calling her salty. It's like her nickname now, even when she's not wearing that hat. It's all my fault that she emailed me to tell me that.
That's funny.
So great.
So I want to send her. So if I send her the Raiders shirt, I'm going to send her a Raiders hat with it,
Okay.
just because they go together. And then that's like in the 90s, people were wearing Raiders jackets. That was like a top commodity to get an $80 Raiders bomber jacket, even if you were not from that city.
What's the point?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
The colors are cool, gray, black, and white. They work. So I want to get her those things. I want
Oh.
to get her a bunch of.
It wasn't salty dog. It was live salty. Sorry, I knew there was something wrong with that. Anyway, you were saying
I want to get her a bunch of weird candy.
weird candy.
American candy. What else do I want to put it? Oh, I want to get her some kind of DVD, but do I have to get her PAL free?
I have no idea. Look at this friggin' kid. Look at my nephew.
What is that? Marshmallows and pop and sticks.
Look at this kid.
Oh, that reminds me.
just so
I
freaking
also
cute.
have to buy toothpicks.
Okay.
I got enough toothpicks for myself, but not enough for 100 pieces of pig candy. I heard a bunch of people talking about the Pi Day thing, and some people are talking about bringing in a pineapple. And I'm thinking, I want to bring in just a fucking pineapple, because that is so Psych. The TV show Psych. There's a pineapple in every episode. But what else can I get Rainy? Because I want to get her a nice mix of cool stuff. I can make her a mixie beat, probably.
You can find some cool stuff at Five Below and be like, this is a neat thing.
Yes, I was thinking about that. But I don't have a Five Below near me, so I have to travel to a Five Below.
I know. I was just there.
What
That's where I got
Five
my
Below
Steve's
did you
fish.
go to?
The one that's near my old house.
Where is it near your old house?
It's like over by the Walmart and the Target.
I think there's a Five Below further in town than that.
Maybe.
Also, probably a lot of stuff in Five Below I can get from Amazon or mine.
Yes.
Does Rainy talk about reading at all?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about getting her a copy of The Last of the Really Great Wham-Doodles.
Oh, I don't know.
I like that book.
Yeah. One thing is that, like, she doesn't tend to like fantastical stuff or science fiction stuff. But she likes horror. I don't know about reading, but she watches a lot of horror movies.
Maybe I'll get her some horror movies from my past.
Okay.
Like, horror movies that I know she hasn't seen before.
Yeah, do it.
Ooh, like Extro and Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh.
Have you seen that one?
No, but I know, like, a couple things about it.
Yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Extro is really weird, too. Extro is so fucking weird.
I don't know.
Extra was about a guy that gets abducted by an alien, and then they send him back.
I don't know if she'd dig it, though, because even if it's horror, if it's science fiction, she's, like, just not into it.
It's more about the horror part.
Maybe is this all?
Because it starts
Seems like it's
off...
something supernatural, she doesn't like it. She tries for me.
It starts off with an alien creature thing getting a woman pregnant.
Ew.
And then, like, her pregnancy lasts for, like, an hour, where her stomach expands and it gets real big and she's screaming, and then the guy who got abducted is born from her as a full adult.
I don't like that at all.
I know, you wouldn't like that. But as someone who likes horror movies. Ooh, Extra, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Freddy vs. Jason. I'll get her those three movies.
Yeah, do it.
Extra was really hard to find. I have a copy of it.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't want to know what it's about.
I just told you, it was a guy that gets
Well,
abducted.
yeah, but I don't like it.
No, I wouldn't tell you much more about that.
I'm
'cause
already
it's really-
grossed out by what
yeah,
you said.
It's pretty fucked up.
I don't like it at all.
Ooh, you know what else I should get her?
Ugh.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Did you ever see that?
No.
It's so good. It's so funny. Oh my God, you should watch that one. Although there is gore and stuff in it. It's basically about these two normal redneck guys who meet these teens at like a grocery store, you know, while they're on their way on like a camping trip. And the teens assume that the redneck guys are like crazy backwoods. Oh,
Jeez.
sorry. Did I knock anything over?
No.
Okay. Crazy redneck serial killer backwoods guys. Okay. I'm all set, so I won't do that again. My knee hit the thing. And so it's like imagine like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type movie, except for the two redneck guys are just out on a fishing trip, and they're just two regular guys. But those teens assume that they're crazy backwoods redneck guys, and then what happens is through a bunch of misunderstandings, the teens assuming that these guys are serial killers wind up accidentally killing themselves while trying to battle the redneck guys. And the redneck guys are like, what the fuck is going on? There's these crazy teens came out here and they just started killing themselves. It starts where one of their friends dives into a pond and where they're all like skinny dipping and stuff, like in a horror, like in a Jason movie, you know, but she hits her head and knocks herself out. And the redneck guys find her and they take her and nurse her back to health. But her friends assume that she's been kidnapped by these crazy backwoods guys, and they try to rescue her. And in the middle of trying to rescue her, they keep injuring themselves. But when they injure themselves, they act like it was the fault of the redneck serial killers. And Tucker and Dale are the two redneck guys. And like I said, it's called Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and it's so funny. There's one point where one of the redneck guys is like they just bought this cabin and they're like trying to fix it up for their fishing trip, and one of them finds a bee's nest or a hornet's nest in a log in back of their place, and he takes a chainsaw and he starts to cut up the log without knowing that there's a hornet's nest inside. And then he's cutting through, and then the hornets come out and try to attack him. And so he's running through the woods going like, ah, you know, because he's running from the hornets stinging him. But he's still got the chainsaw in his hand. And the one of the teens sees him, and it's like, oh shit, here he comes with the chainsaw, like Chainsaw Massacre, and he starts running. And the redneck guy's running from the hornets right behind him with the chainsaw and stuff, waving it around at the hornets in the air, and the teen is running from him. And at one point, the redneck guy catches up to him, and they're looking at each other side by side, and the redneck guy keeps running and actually starts getting ahead of the teen who thinks he's running from a crazy chainsaw-wielding killer. And he's not paying attention because he's watching the redneck go past him, but he's still running and screaming like, ah! He's like, ah! And then he doesn't understand what's going on. He goes, ah! And he runs into a branch and impales himself on the branch, which of course the redneck guys get blamed for later on. But yeah, it's a really funny movie. You've seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, right?
No.
Oh. Just the title made you laugh. So I have to remember that. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Extro, and Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And I think I had at least two of those. I don't think I have Killer Clowns yet. And you said that Rini likes horror movies.
Yes.
That's funny because she's never sent me horror movies. She's only sent me slightly gay. Yeah, slightly gay. Almost porn.
Me too.
Not quite porn.
Yeah, I know it's not actually porn.
Like softcore porn. do I sound different at all to you yet?
No.
I'm not slurring, because that's the other thing I expected, that I would be slurring and not know that I was slurring. So when this food comes, it's just going to completely negate any alcohol.
I think we already kind of did the experiment.
Oh, does it say balls? It says ball. This mason jar says ball on it. Dang it, so I'm not drunk. And I'm not blind. I think my eyesight improved while I was drinking. Because that was the one thing I was afraid of with the moonshine. I was told that it could make you go blind if you drink moonshine. Temporary blindness. According to the person I got it from, they were like, it's temporary. So on Monday, I'm going to have to tell him that his moonshine did not get me drunk. And I've got video evidence that it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't drunk me.
So, are we done?
I'm done, and you can be done if
Okay.
you want to go to bed or something.
Yes.
Then you should probably go to bed. I'm going to wait for my food.
Of course you are.
Do you mind if I eat it at your coffee table?
That's great. That's what I would expect you would do.
What, you don't think I would go into the bathroom and sit on the toilet and eat it?
Pretty sure you wouldn't. There's something with the toilet.
Hmm?
There's something with the toilet.
Is it Peridot in a toilet?
It's not Peridot in a toilet, but you're close.
Someone should do that cosplay. Like, have a toilet on their costume and fake Peridot legs squished up into the. She actually sat in the bowl, right?
Yeah.
In the water.
Yes.
I'm surprised no one's done that.
I'm not that surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that seems like something that. Because I see a lot of people do clever cosplay costumes that.
There it is.
Mimic certain scenes that everyone else is like, oh, that's cool, that's from. I don't understand that.
It's sitting on the toilet.
But why is there a bunch of. Is that from the art?
Yes. It's a meat morp.
Meat morp.
It's a meat morp. Beautiful meat morp.
It's delicious.
Oh, it's toilets.
But not toilets that people have used to put awful things in,
Yeah.
terrible things.
Germs can just pretend to poop.
They don't have to pretend, they could actually poop if they wanted to.
Peridot can't.
Why couldn't she?
Can't shapeshift. I want this chair.
You don't have it already?
I can't find that it exists.
There's a Steven Universe inflatable chair that you don't have?
It doesn't appear to actually, exist anywhere. I've only just seen a picture of it. And the only place I can find it is, somebody labeling it that they want it. But when you look for it, that's the only hit you ever get for that picture, is somebody, posting it on their blog saying they want this. And I'm like, well, but I can't find it for sale anywhere. No evidence that it exists. So I'm
Oh,
wondering if somebody, messed with it or something.
My phone chargers ran out.
Well, I saw it was really low before.
It was low.
Did you see? I made drew that.
You drew that?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you. It looks nice.
It looks like an oil painting.
Uh-huh.
Or unless my eyes are just doing that, because I'm simply not drunk.
No, it's lineless art. I did it with my markers.
By the way, so you know, I'm feeling a little bit of nausea.
Uh-oh.
Not so much that I would think I would get actually sick, but like enough that I could eventually start making noises like, but I'm not doing that yet.
Ew.
I'm not at that point.
Yeah, please don't.
What, make those noises?
Well, throw up on my shit.
I'm not going to throw up on your shit. Well, unless you shit in the toilet, then I might throw up on your shit.
One of these aminos featured my flashy garnet.
So, you're featured on the front page?
Yeah, but it's just one of the smaller ones where people don't post very much. So everything I do kind of ends up there. I don't get a lot of action, so it's not that it isn't good. It's just that, you know, when you don't get many things, then almost everything is worth featuring.
I'm not sleepy. I'm just a little dizzy, and then I'm going to eat some food. And I'm going to have food to take home, which
Okay.
is kind of awkward because I still have cooked deep dish pizza and a whole frozen deep dish pizza.
Okay, so I guess I'll turn off the camera, okay?
Yep.
I don't know if it recorded, like, all the way. I hope that it did, but I don't know. There was nothing really to record.
I know, the recording of me not getting drunk, of something not happening. Is it still recording?
But I just don't.